up and running. Got 1 minute to figure this out. And no, the lower thirds is still not working, which I didn't think it would be. It shows I'm streaming. Oh, there it goes. 11 seconds for it to load in.
Oh, I just got a notification.
I got it one on my phone. I didn't get one on. Oh, there it comes.
Well, that's funny.
Stout is live. Stout
That was fast.
That's
whoa.
That's pretty quick, actually. All right, now I got 25 seconds to move this over, minimize that. And then I got to go to OBS because the timer thing got goofed up too. I can bring Zoom back up. And Rick Lakes wants in. I can bring up my camera. Hair looks atrocious. I don't care. Just.
Oh, you're beautiful.
Oh, I know it. All right, so now I'm going to go to that scene. That should bring up that. Now, hopefully that is not in the middle. It is in the middle. What the heck? Oh, look, I've censored myself out on the YouTube stream. That's where the lower thirds is supposed to be, so let me get rid of that. Okay, now we're good. All right, so, hi, Rick.
Yeah.
And Gary. And Gary Guy is now coming into the stream. So, this right here, as you can see, is he hand wrote on there. These are the codes for 1959. That's as far back as the city has in the records. In 1959, it was perfectly allowed to ground your electrical system to the water pipes underneath your house, because there are miles and miles and miles of water pipes that are buried in the ground, and when lightning would hit, it would dissipate for miles and miles and miles and miles. Okay, I can maybe buy that. When it was explained to me, I understood it. So the city actually came out today and looked at my situation, and he said, you're looking at about $1,500 to $3,000 because that whole system's got to be replaced. The one that's in there now, you can't do what you want to do, which is open it up, put a grounding rod, or, copper wire, and ground it. You can't do that.
Well, you're talking about your meter and box thing
Right.
on the outside of the house.
Right. And he said it's not that you can't do it. He said right now there are no boxes, and it's expensive to do, and you're looking at about a 6-week delay. And I called the electric company, and they verified all that. So now we're panicking. Doesn't look like we're going to get sell the house. My handyman came over, and he did all the stuff he was going to do. And I said, while you're here, do you mind getting under my house, and at the circuit breaker box, can you see if there's a ground wire coming off? Because back in the day, they used to do it that way as well. He goes, sure, I don't mind. So he gets up under there, and I hear, Ken! So I go outside, and I said, hey, what's up, Jason? He goes, been down here and look. He found a copper wire coming out of the circuit box. Yes, good news. Wait a minute. It's been cut. So more than likely it was grounded to the water lines, and when they replaced them with the Plex, they just cut it, and not being electricians, they didn't know what to do with it. So I called the city dude back up, and I said, hey, do you remember when you were out here, we discussed that there's a copper line coming off the circuit box, I could ground it to my CB tower? He goes, yes. I said, can you put that in writing for me? He goes, no. That makes the city liable for any lawsuits. I said, I understand that. I said, but it is acceptable that we literally splice copper wire coming out of the box to a new copper wire, run it to the CB tower, which is already grounded in the ground, and that grounds the electrical system. He goes, oh, yes. Get on the phone to my realtor when I'm told, oh, we've shut down for the day because of the storm. Hopefully her 75-year-old, no offense, Jeff, Greg, electrical dude will crawl under the house and do exactly that. If not, my handyman said, I can do that, but I don't know if they'll accept it because I'm not a licensed electrician. So I called Jan back and I said, you know your handyman, Jason? She says, oh, yeah, Jason's wonderful. I said, well, he can do this for me. Well, I've used him to do my electrical stuff. I don't see why I can't. So I'm really hoping tomorrow somebody can come out here, splice them 2 wires together, run it through the hole that's already in the house for the wiring, ground it to the CB tower, and we're done.
Now, what's your CB tower? Is that something on the property there? Or?
Oh yeah, it's on a big concrete pad, it's 35 feet tall, got a TV antenna on top of it. It's grounded.
No, I mean, is it like out back of your property near the alley or on your property? Or?
Yeah, no, it's right outside our back door. It's on a big 4 foot by 4 foot
okay,
concrete
so it's
pad.
part of the property.
Oh, it's part of the property. Yes.
And it's well grounded, of course.
Oh yes, it's well grounded. Yes.
All right.
So
hey, everything's going to work out.
I'm hoping so. It's looking that way. Hey Tony Wallow. Hey Tom. Good to see you. I haven't been paying attention to the chat. So yeah, looking that way. It's going to come down because the guy that came out here didn't do anything but look at the meter outside and didn't look in the attic, didn't look under the thing like he was supposed to. So I'm honestly hoping Jan calls me in the morning and said, just go with Jason. It'll be fine. Because he did everything else today.
Well, what about the stuff in the attic? What was that all about?
There's an open junction box up there. I can fix that. You just got to put it.
Just a box with no cover?
Just a box with no cover, yeah.
Oh, hell, that's easy.
Yep.
Just go to Home Depot and buy a cover and put it on.
Go out in the garage and take one that's on the wall that's not being used and put it on.
Okay. Well,
yeah, it's a simple solution. It really is.
So, all right.
So hopefully, we did cancel the Indiana trip because not knowing what's going on, we just didn't want to waste anyone's time. In the meantime, I talked to 3 different insurance companies today. The title company over there today got our proposed new house payment today. There's a lot of things that happened today. About 4:30, I was like just totally gone, stressed out, took a nap. So, and then you add the rain, the sleet, the ice, the snow, the wind, the drifting. It's been a great day.
Shit, at 4:30, I've only been up 2 hours.
You've only been up 2 hours?
No, at
4:30. Oh.
I get up to 2:35.
Well, I'll tell you a little stressor, Ken. When we came out here to buy this house, one of the things I did going to South Carolina, I look at my driver's license to make sure it's current and all of that. We come out. And we get to the title company's office to do closing, and we're getting ready to sign all the stuff and pull it out, and my wife's ID has expired. Got them on the same day, but she's not able to drive anymore, so she has an ID rather than a driver's license. But in South Carolina, IDs expire in half the time a driver's license does for some stupid reason, and they don't send you a notice when it's about to, like they do on a driver's license.
Right.
So we were about to need a new pair of underwear.
Yeah.
And we were going to have to fly back to South Carolina, go to the DMV, get her thing updated, and fly back out here. All the while, the people buying a house from have to wait on us and delay the closing.
Right. Yep.
And they were not happy campers. But fortunately, the lady at the title office called up the bank. It was Bank of America, and sweet talked them into accepting an expired ID for my wife, so we could sign the papers.
That was nice.
But because we had no other way to do anything, and I was really irritated because I hadn't checked hers like I had checked mine. Had I checked it, then we would have gone and gotten it fixed.
Sure, yeah.
But I mean, it was just nuts.
Yeah.
We had driven out here.
Yeah. The one insurance company said, "Oh, you both have California driver's license." We're like, "No, we do not." "Oh, the system says your system is wrong." I have a Nevada license. My wife has an Illinois license. Well, it shows here you got a California license. Okay. Are they expired? Yeah, the system. Well, the system also shows not our current car, not the one before that, but the one before that. So I don't know what system we're looking at. And then, well, why do you have a Nevada license? Because I just got it before I moved here, and it doesn't expire until 2027. I'm in no hurry to get a license. Well, you know, the law says, I'm aware of what the law says. If I get pulled over, I just got here yesterday, officer. I'm checking out your beautiful city. My word against his.
You're on vacation.
Exactly. Well, how come we seen you driving yesterday? Well, I got here yesterday. So, anyway, I think things are good. I really feel much better tonight at 11:10. Yeah, 11:10 than I did this afternoon. I think it's going to work out.
No, it's 12:10.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could get, if I could get under there, I could. And the city guy was like, you got to make sure that it's crimped when you put it together, not clamped, but crimped, so that it can't come apart. So we will see. There's Catherine Anna Hauserman.
Yeah, but is anybody gonna inspect it?
You know, I've asked enough people that keep telling me no one's going to re-inspect it. So once it's grounded, it's grounded. No one's going to. No, Catherine. No one's going to come out here and re-inspect this. It's the silliest thing. You'd think that they would, but they're not going to. She's not going to pay to have it re-inspected.
Why would you think they would?
If you find a deficiency and you want the deficiency fixed, how are you? Okay, so sure, I'll get that fixed. Yeah, I got that fixed. I never fixed it, but I told them I fixed it. How do you verify? Right. How do you verify it's been done?
Yeah.
That's another $500. Do you want to spend 500 more?
Huh?
Shouldn't be.
That's another $500.
It should be part of the original inspection.
I agree.
Never. Guaranteed. Never.
So why should I fix this stuff if it's never going to be re-inspected?
She may look at it herself.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
That's just like when I sold my first house in Tennessee. There were some things that needed done, and most of them I just fixed myself. And I showed them what I had done. Had a couple of electrical issues, and I demonstrated to the lady's husband. They were buying a house with my little outlet gadget that things were fixed like they were supposed to be. He looked at it. He was an engineer as well, understood what the gadget did, and said, "Okay, we're good." And so, and they were going to pay for another inspection or whatever. So.
Yeah, I mean, Gary's right. They're not going to pay to have it re-inspected. She may look at it or may not. I don't know. And even if she did, I mean, I seriously doubt she knows what she's looking at.
And you actually read those to us. Recommends, not has to be to the house.
I'm aware of that. I know.
Yeah.
It's just.
I mean, I'm not trying to be bad if you can, but you're worried about something that's nothing to worry about. I mean, that wire down there, you keep telling her about it, just clamp them together and it's done.
Spliced. Crimped.
Who don't care? Just put it
I don't. Trust me. I don't. I take that piece of electrical tape and tape them together to be happy. So, and then my brother was like, you need to call that plumbing company back up and tell them to fix that. I'm like, they probably are going to blame me for it just as I'm going to blame them. And I didn't get under the house, so I have no clue. But I'm hoping this time tomorrow night we're done.
Well, if the handyman knows what he's doing, he'll put it together and he'll crimp it.
Yeah,
you just mention it to him. This is what the city said, and I bet he'll do it that way.
Yeah. Well, before
sounds like he's a good.
He is.
Fella.
He's a real good guy. I've used him several times to do stuff around here. Real good, real good guy, real good kid.
I got something fun off the subject for a minute. I get announcements from USDA and different other companies or government agencies. Morgan Foods is recalling Skyline chili products due to mislabeling and undeclared allergens. Chili. You know what's in the chili?
Hamburger beans, chili powder, chili sauce, ketchup. I don't know.
And chocolate. But that's not
chocolate.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Didn't know that.
But the problem is they filled the cans with cream of chicken soup, chicken noodle soup. In other words, they added milk to it. Chicken noodle soup. Cream of chicken noodle soup. It has allergens. If you look at it and say, doesn't look like chili.
No, I don't think it would.
I make my own chili. I never buy chili.
Yeah, this has basically chocolate in it. But I mean, it's supposed to.
I did not know that.
Oh, I read something the other day. I don't know if you guys talked about when I wasn't on the other night or not. We've talked about these Starlink satellites before that are supposed to bring internet every place.
Right.
Did you see what happened on his last launch?
He lost about like 90% of them, didn't he?
Yeah. He launched 49 of them, and 40 of them got zapped somehow or other by.
Wasn't grounded. That's what the problem was.
Well, they weren't grounded.
I'm grabbing coffee.
But I thought that was interesting. So there are now 40
Yeah.
satellites up there that are dead, doing nothing.
Yeah. I guess his insurance company is gonna be paying.
And my daughter had an electric stove. She hates electric stoves. But it was brand new when she bought the house. Top line had every toy and feature on it. They had she had an electric storm. It zapped the thing. So she had gas, but that's what it was. Yeah, don't unplug your computer, but unplug your stove.
Yeah. Yeah, it's never realized how stressful moving could be. Seriously.
Well, it is. I did it last time, 2016, October 2016. I'd like to find a better place if I could, but the wind's so daggone high here that it prevents me from doing that, but I'd like to. You might go over and see what's out there, but I don't know if I want or not.
Well, this is just, it all came together. Lorna was offered a job. The housing market being as ridiculously weird as it is, worked out good that we were getting a decent price for our house. There was a buyer. After several house searches over there, it all came together. So hopefully Gary is correct that I'm fretting over nothing. There she is, the coffee maker.
The coffee girl.
The coffee girl.
Who was a bloody hell?
Oh, bloody hell. I know she, hey, Robert, she says, oh, bloody hell.
I read
Oh,
it.
he's awake. He's awake.
I want to ride on that boat in the back.
Don't yell in my ear.
I'm listening.
Yeah,
That
Greg,
is
she
something.
wants to run on that boat in the back. Not the
Oh,
ship,
yeah.
that boat.
Well, looks like a boat to me.
It's a boat, it's a ship.
It
Okay,
is.
well,
But the
That
Navy sunk it.
is that the San Francisco Bridge?
No.
Yes.
Hampton Roads, Virginia.
no, she's talking about Rick's background.
Oh.
San Francisco Bridge. Don't go there because you're gonna pay.
Yeah,
Maybe
if you
it's
drive
a
across
ship
it,
in
there is.
Strat.
Every time you pass by that Golden Gate, it's always money.
Toll roads.
So has your old ship been scrapped already, Greg, or something?
Yeah.
Ah, what was that, a cruiser?
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
that
a
one there?
class
Is
destroyer.
it a cruiser?
Ah,
Oh, destroyer?
okay. Oh, it's cruiser, all right.
Really? I didn't know that.
4 gas turbine engines.
Well, when it was working, I bet it would get up and go.
38 knots.
That's pretty good, I would think.
What's that equate to in miles per hour?
That's nautical miles per hour. I don't know what the difference is anymore.
I never did understand what the
So
difference
the
was.
length, I know it. The length mile is 1.6 and the nautical is 1.85.
Boy, do we do things stupidly around here. You have a mile that's X amount of feet, but on the water it's X amount of feet plus a little bit more.
5,264.
I'm listening for the explanation as to why.
So it's 98.997 of a mile.
I just know it's different, but I don't know why it's different. I have no clue.
It's pretty close, though. It's .997 of a mile. Well, I mean, it's 0.9969696969 forever. A mile.
To infinity.
Yep. And beyond. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, the metric, I get that. I mean, I understand that. But for us to have a mile, and then you have a nautical mile, and then you have miles per hour, and then you have knots, it's confusing.
But we also have British pounds, and you have US pounds, and they're slightly different too.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I thought you were going to go to the monetary thing about British. You have the pound, and then you have the quid, and then you have what's the other one?
no, I mean the weight.
Yeah, the
I
weight.
mean,
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry,
Don't you have the British, the American, and the imperial pound?
Yeah, British and imperial are slightly different. I remember some college class I had to take in chemical engineering was required. We spent a whole like 6 weeks on different units, and there was just slight differences between British and imperial, which you would think would be the same, but they're not. And I do not remember anymore.
It's in the vault.
Hmm?
It's in the vault. Locked away.
Yep. Well, yeah, there must be a permanent time lock on mine.
I couldn't remember those either.
How was your weather today, Rick?
Huh?
No snow, no ice, no rain, nothing like that.
No, nothing here. Supposed to be later on, I guess, a little bit of snow, but
We were 72 today.
Greg's going in the waiting room. 72, huh? So is this going to be a 72-second in the waiting room or a 72-minute in the waiting room?
7.2 hours.
There you go. Oh, we'll probably still be going on. I mean, I forget what time we started today. Probably about 2:30.
I'm sitting outside for about close to an hour. It's nice out.
We had rain. Well, we had sprinkles. Then we had really good rain, and then we had the freezing rain, and then we had ice, which is really cool, and then we had the snow. I only had one drift to deal with, which that was going in my foot door to the garage, so that was okay. Kind of stepped.
66 tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know what ours is tomorrow. I know they canceled all the snow stuff, so that's good. We are, wow, really 54 degrees tomorrow. That'll be good.
Gary's gonna say something bad, but not dirty. In Michigan, they said we're gonna have bad time for the next 30 years. But then again, they said it was gonna snow till tomorrow. That was nasty. I'm sorry.
Cold
Yeah,
night.
they said we were gonna have 8 inches all night, and the snow stopped, and they called off the rest of the day at 4.
I guess up in Champaign, which is about 66, 67 miles away, they did get a lot of bad snow. On the news, they showed the highway was completely shut down because of all the semis that had decided they wanted to mangle together. Looked pretty devastating, actually. So I'm glad it stayed north of us. As much as we got, that's plenty. I'm still working.
You should change the tires on the truck or on the car if you have snow and not use the same tires as in summer because of the rubber mixture.
Yeah, let me see if I can find something. You saying that made me remember. Okay, here you go. Tips for driving in the snow. Number 1, install winter tires. Number 2, drive south. Number 3, continue until you see palm trees. Number 4, apply brakes and sunscreen.
There you go. Don't slam on the brakes.
My sister posted that. Yeah, don't. Well, so it took about 15, 20 minutes each way because the streets are not in great shape. So coming back, I thought I'll have a little bit of fun. So I kind of goosed it a little bit. And of course the car goes, and Lauren about has a cow. She's like, stop.
There's only one problem with that list. It says go south. But what happens if you need to go north?
Well, tips for driving in the snow. I guess you would need to be going north, but it's weirdly odd. My sister does it because she just loves the snow. They can have it. Don't like it. Don't want it.
Well, my wife today said we have the money. She went out to her credit card just about maxed it out. One day, she bought groceries. It's a don't joke, damn it. She bought groceries. Has anybody went grocery shopping this week?
Yes.
They've gotten expensive.
$1.99 I spent at Walmart, and I didn't buy nothing but one thing outside of groceries.
What was the one thing, may I ask?
A trash can so my son can put his recycling in.
Oh, must have been one expensive trash can.
Well, it was under $20.
Sounds like you got an awful lot of food then.
I couldn't put 3 meats in the freezer.
Well, that reminds me, I got to set something out for dinner tomorrow night.
Freezer for tomorrow, if I can get anything in there.
I like drinking milk. I mean, just like milk. And a gallon of milk is $4.50.
Jeez, $4.50 for milk?
Yeah, only about $2.89 or $2.99 here.
Well,
Gas is up to $3.59 now.
I didn't pay much attention to the gas prices tonight. I should
a lot
have.
of difference between store brands and name brands in milk prices.
Yeah.
I was impressed with the university though. All the university streets were like clear, barely had water on them. City streets, horrible. So
University streets have steam lines running under the
yeah,
streets.
they may have. I don't know, but I mean that would
Yeah,
make
when I went to
sense.
school, not every street, but a lot of the main streets on the campus had, particularly to the older buildings, which were heated from the central power plant, all had steam lines underneath the street. And so they were always clear in the winter, I mean, after a short period of time. The newer buildings had their own heating and cooling systems, and so the streets around them stayed snowy or icy more.
Yeah, I followed a truck, didn't have his blade down. I think he was laying down sand and salt, but I'm not sure. The thing that was odd was I went the main road intentionally instead of cutting through the city, which is what I should have done. But every light for the main road turned red as I was approaching it with no opposing traffic to set the sensors off. Every one. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I should have done what the guy in front of me did and ran a couple of those red lights because I think he figured out there was no traffic, so he just kept right on going. And then coming back, we saw one city truck and one private truck, but neither one of them had their blades down for the snow and the ice.
Yeah, your story reminds me of when I went back to school after I got out of the Army one year. Feeling a little flush, I bought a small motorcycle to ride. And if I'd be going home from school late at night and come up to a traffic light, there wasn't enough metal in that motorcycle to trip the damn sensor. So I would have to put the motorcycle on the stand and walk over and hit the button for the crosswalk thing to make the light change, which was irritating.
Yeah, B.H. Ringer sent me an email. I reached out to see how he was doing today. So he's been watching the streams, and he showed me a picture of how his is grounded, which is grounded to the water line. The difference between his house and my house is basically he has a basement and we don't. He said with regards to the ground issue, DIY would be the choice. Rod, wire, clamp, shouldn't cost that much. I've got rebarb in the garage, so I don't have to buy that. I probably can scrounge around and find the copper wire. So
Don't use rebar copper. That is against code.
what's that?
If you do the pipe, or not pipe, but if you do the rod, it has to be copper, or it's against code.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Has to be.
Well, but they said that you could just run a heavy copper cable on out to that A tower, right?
It got to go about maybe. Well, you guys can't see, but here's my right hand over here. So, let's see here. What the hell? That's my left hand. So here's my left hand over here. So if you can picture what
4 or 5 feet?
maybe 5 feet at the very most. Yeah, very most.
5 feet of heavily braided copper wire ain't gonna cost that much.
No.
Ah.
So if you guys see on national headlines that some dude in Charleston, Illinois got arrested for pilfering copper wire, it's not me.
Anyone here on how Alan's did on the interview?
It went well, he thought. He said
Yeah.
he should know something by next week, and I'm thinking maybe Tuesday, but he's all worried about Tuesday's the 22nd. His phone might stop working, and just
Well,
and
he
they're
got
gonna.
a new phone that meets their requirements for this company, right?
Kind of what I
Well,
thought.
he's AT&T instead of T-Mobile. You know how T-Mobile, wait a minute, T-Mobile's bad, AT&T's good. I'm confused. I'm being a smart ass, I'm sorry. So,
They are
but-
sending him a desktop to use, and he's still bent on getting some kind of little. Robert understands it better than I do. Some kind of box that he can hook it up to. I'm still trying to get him to understand. Just plug their computer in during business hours with the internet. When you're done with
still
business
talking about-
hours, do the
You still talking
opposite.
about a KVM switch?
Yep.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Is there something he doesn't know to work and just wants to get hired?
Let me see. Oh, chat went away. Because he put it in chat earlier. Let me see if I can find it. Did I close that out? I probably did. Give me a second here.
I think you guys are just doing that to piss me off for fun.
I'm not.
Him, but, I mean,
Okay, recently
Must-
closed.
wants the job, trying hard, and then gonna go against what they got.
Well, he just doesn't grasp how an administrative requirement is applicable, you know?
Well, it's in the switches, they learn to use it.
Okay, here we go. I found it. So
I mean, it is one thing if they offer him a job and he takes it, he asks them if he can do that, and they say yes, that's fine.
If he asks for more, they say yes, you can do it, but they don't tell
Right,
you.
and get it in writing. Of
okay, I
course.
just put the link in the Zoom chat as to what he's. I think no, wait a minute. That's what he's currently used. That's his capture card. Let me go find. That's the wrong one. Let me go find it.
Well,
Shoot. Hey Robert, do you still have that link that he posted that thing?
Yep.
Put it in
most
chat
of us
for
have
me,
seen a
please.
KVM switch before.
Yeah, I mean, I know what it is. No, really? What are they?
Let me mute myself so you guys don't see me crying because I don't know what they are.
Well, KVM is a brand, isn't it?
No.
Isn't it?
No, an acronym.
Acronym?
Yeah.
I've seen the setup that had one. I didn't know if it was, couldn't remember if it was a brand or whatever.
Those are the same, Ken.
Huh?
Those are the same.
The same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, is
They're
it?
same. Yeah, same. You did the same page twice.
Oh. Well, Robert did the
That's
second
the
one.
thing you sent us, right?
Yeah, no, I wanted the one. That's his capture card. He said I wanted the other. I'll find it. It's in my history.
What was the other one? I guess I wouldn't join yet.
KVM switches.
Yeah, I'll find it. It's here somewhere.
How did they say? Did he say on the monitor say that? Just out of curiosity.
Do what now?
What did they say exactly over there? Just curious.
Desktop.
Monitor.
Didn't say a word about a monitor. Just said a desktop. Because his concern now is how he's going to run the Ethernet cable from his router over to it. And he took Darren and I on a tour of the house, and his router's like 3 rooms away on the very top shelf of a bookcase.
It's called with the cable.
Yeah.
Attach it with adhesive backed cable clamps along the baseboard.
Oh, I'm sure when he comes back, he'll let us know. Okay, there's the mirror box. That's not it. Let me go find it here. That was.
If they do hire him and he gets to do this, my opinion, what he should do is save a little money and eventually get some new furniture for his room, which is designed to accommodate all this stuff. Should,
Yes.
Oh, come on, you're making that up, Jeff. You shouldn't do that. That makes too much sense.
I buy a $35 computer desk like I did 10 years ago, and put the damn computer that's spending on it. It's not that big, 26 inches wide.
Well, he probably doesn't have room in his room
Yeah.
because he does not have room in his room because he's still got those damn monitors referencing him.
Move those to another room.
Throw them out. They're no good, Cornelius.
I mean, he's got this, some type of a cabinet with shelves on it that for some reason can't be adjusted or whatever. I don't
Where did
entirely
he-
understand
where
the
did he
situation,
post
but
But I think this cabinet was never, well,
it wasn't designed for computer stuff. It's just
No.
built
It's a
to
make-do.
trust. And it was not built for, like for him or to accommodate his
Right.
special needs. Yes.
right.
I mean, any modern IKEA desk could do that better, if you know what I mean.
They closed an idea down here.
Catherine, part of the thing, he wants to be able to look on the internet for answers instead of looking what they give him. She basically said that.
That, and he's already been informed he probably will be required to try to upsell them things. And I'm going to try to do a search in my history. I don't usually have good results doing that.
Well, if you're doing help desk stuff for somebody, you want to follow what they recommend you tell people, I would assume,
Yep.
Yes.
and not go out on your own. That will get somebody in trouble probably quicker than anything.
Yes.
By
it
going
will.
off script, so to speak.
Actually, Jeff, script, not off script. I mean, they have a script.
No, I know. I mean, I wasn't intending to be smart-eyed, but
Yeah.
it's
No, I know.
applicable either case. I mean, whether it's literally off their script or off anyway.
You know, flowchart, and I'm not insulting you, but flowchart, does it work? Yes, no. Yes, no, yes, no.
Yep.
Don't type in Google, this doesn't happen. Type in their first. And GoDaddy's a huge company, and they've been around a long time. You know. In the computer industry, they've been around a long time.
Okay, here's breaking news. Thanks to Tom K for bringing this to my attention. Tomorrow, 2:00, live Big Beast Build finale with special guest! Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. So I'll let you guys in on the secret. I'm flying to Fresno tomorrow. I'm flying to Phoenix tomorrow. Thank you, Tom.
I still bet it's a 6-year-old whose dad is buying it for him.
That would be hilarious.
Why?
He has a little 6-year-old on his show and he's getting the Big Beast Build. That would
No,
be
I said
hilarious.
16.
Oh, 16. Well, that's still going to be funny.
What?
A little some snot-nosed 16-year-old kid.
I got a new car for my birthday at 16.
I bought my first car at 16, but it wasn't given to me.
I got a good swift kick in the ass.
To be 16 again. Wouldn't that be nice?
Got my first car at 16.
No.
Catherine, yeah.
Months
No, I
later,
agree. It wouldn't be. Okay, my
Would
tears
be
are
right
gone
there.
now for not knowing that, so I'm back.
Yeah, I got my first car then, and 2 months later ripped the right front fender off of it. Was driving to school and the school book slid off the passenger seat onto the floor. Like a fool, I reached for him and my left hand went over like that and ran into a bridge.
Yep.
It wasn't going fast. I mean, basically it was my pride in the right front fender that got hurt.
Right. You sound like a friend of mine. He had a 64 Chevy pickup truck, that he restored, and something fell off, and without thinking, he just reached over to get it. As soon as he did, bang, hit a parked car.
Yeah.
So
Time to the junkyard.
I'm curious.
Well, that's what we did. I went to a junkyard and got a fender that fit. Didn't match the paint that was on there, so I sanded it all down and had the whole car repainted. And since I didn't have much equipment, I did most of the sanding by hand.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yep, took me 3.5 months to get it all ready for paint.
bring back memories, though.
Yeah, I wasn't being facetious. Sanding cars is not a fun job, especially out there. Yeah.
So I may have to talk Lorna into calling in sick tomorrow so I can see Carrie's stream from the beginning.
I mean, if it isn't Doug, it's going to be some, as you say, snot-nosed kid, but everything I've seen him watching Doug's channel, I don't see him spending full 10 grand. I see some kid getting 10 grand a lot quicker than just Doug spending it.
Well, Kenny Whitten was on one night when I speculated that maybe he got the text that he got was not from Doug himself, and Kenny Whitten said, yeah, he thinks that's what happened too. So guess we'll find out tomorrow at 2 at some point in time.
So when is it? What time is it?
It'll be 2 o'clock my time, noon your time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's his camera lady getting it.
Oh, I got to not only hide myself, I got to mute myself on that one. And I can't say anything because it'll go over on YouTube. Oh, that was a good one, Greg. That was a good one. No, it's me. I got to tell you guys, I scrounged some pennies together and nickels, and I found a quarter, and I talked him into it. Kerry and I go way back, so he understands the situation. Now, you know what would be funny as hell is sometime during tomorrow's stream he mentions the fact that I was joking around about that. That would be hilarious. I know Doug tunes in from time to time, and I know he watches. I don't think Kerry does. We clearly don't fit his cup of tea.
Who, ducks?
Carrie.
Kerry.
Oh, yeah, yes, we are.
Eric's probably doing another laptop upgrade.
I still haven't watched 1 minute of the one he did the other day.
You didn't miss much.
Did he ever get everything fixed in the end? No.
I'm gonna go that takes it all apart and I can't get it working.
I did watch Catherine's, and I've got to give her, again, I commented on her stream, but I'm going to give it to her publicly. Kudos to you, my friend. The patience you had in getting that done. Bravo. Good job.
Thank you very much. I think it was easy, thank God, yes. I should have taken the, well, I should have, the battery cable, I should have removed that. But my hands are not the best, so I thought, okay, just leave it in, do a quick change and hope for the best, and I mean, it worked great, yes.
When I finally get my daughter-in-law's laptop, and if Doug and I do what he wants to do, there may be a lot of camera muting and video muting because audio.
Do you know the model now of the laptop?
No, I still don't know. It's actually over at my other son's house because the plan was we were going there tomorrow, but that got changed. So.
Hey, Catherine, you're talking about that brings up something about the batteries in these laptops. When a description says it has an integrated battery, does that just mean it's soldered in and it's not easily replaceable?
No, I got two of them. It means they're laying and they're on the inside. You can't change them with a clip like the old days.
Oh, it doesn't have a compartment that's easy to open.
No, because you got to take the whole back off.
Okay, all right. I was wondering what that meant. As I mentioned earlier, when some of you weren't here, I'm trying to help a friend decided on a new laptop for his wife. So
Let's continue with
Yes.
the breaking news. The first person to comment at 10:51 was BH Ringer, and he says, "Place your bets, BETTS, on who?" So that's funny.
That's good.
And then in the description, he says, "Live Big Beast finale with special guest, the parts list." And at the very bottom, total hardware cost new $5,997. 16 8 items plus tax of 551 plus operating system. So it's not quite the 10 grand he's been professing it to be, but it's still a pricey computer.
Well, then Doug would get it for $5,000.
It might be Doug for 5 grand too.
well, what was it? 5?
Hold on, 5,997,
So 6.
and then the tax is 551.75, and then he says plus operating system, and I'm sure that was for free. He's got it all listed. He's got the case.
Where's that?
Here, I'll put a link in. Hang on.
Oh,
He can get
oh,
OS
it's not in your
for
chat. Yeah.
$60. So US is not the most expensive.
There it's
Thing
in
on
the Zoom, and now I'll put it over in YouTube, and now it's on both. So we'll see.
Where's the price of the computer?
At the very bottom of the description,
Parts list, gotcha.
it says total hardware in all capital letters. He must have been angry when he wrote that.
Now your link showed up.
Just now?
Yeah.
Man, that's slow. What happened to that instant stuff a while ago? I like that. We will see.
The big beast was $551.
Yeah, let's see here. Break out the old calculator. Do I?
So basically $6,500 plus the OS.
That's kind of what I'm looking at, yeah. 5,997.
You round number
0.
60.
Well, if you're also just one of those legit keys, it's under $20 for the OS.
6548.75 plus the key, yeah. So $6,500, $6,600. Pocket change.
Yeah, chump change.
But here's the question: does that have a grounding rod to it?
Well, Kerry doesn't use static straps, putting them together, so probably not.
Now, hey, Jeff, you're an engineer. You know there's no such thing as static electricity. Don't go there. Now, if you've read an IBM manual, what's IBM know?
I have no idea what they say.
Well, once again, because I don't know, let me hear the pros and the cons of the static straps.
You know what IBM says? Wear the damn thing. It costs $1.
Is that a pro or a con?
Wow.
I don't know, but a CPU and a mainframe costs a lot more than $1.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Have to, but you don't
So
have to wear
what
a
do you
CPU.
ground your strap to? Don't say a copper rod with the thing in the ground either.
Water pipe.
Yeah, there you go.
Assuming you have a full outlet, the little metal screw.
Yeah.
Oh.
Honey, I got to cut a hole in the floor. Got to find the water pipe.
Well,
Can I
that's
say
just the difference in potential between two different items.
Catherine, wait till I get back. I'm going to grab a coffee. I'll be right back.
Or your wall soon when you start grabbing in there. Remember the balloon at your birthday and your dad did the hair for a second and you cut a shot?
Yeah.
Or the balloon stayed on the wall?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Well, I mean, it's just, you got to realize my electrical engineering training is over 50 years old. I was vacuum tube days, just coming into discrete solid state components.
Okay, I'm back, Catherine.
Okay, what I need on this list, I mean, last time he had problems with the fan and the correct fan and RGB controller for all his Corsair fans. are those listed? Because they are not.
It's his parts list, not ours.
It's a good question,
exactly,
though.
but if he needs these 2 parts as well, they should be listed as well, no?
It's not you and me being nasty to him. Why don't you tell him he's screwed up?
I don't want to be nasty, I just want to ask if they shouldn't be on the list if he.
Yeah, he may just forgot to put them.
Yeah, well,
There's actually 9 items there. He says 8.
Hey,
I already had like the crisis last time when they did it, because I thought it would be much easier if he would just use Lee and Lee fans, because you can connect them together. It gets you less cables. It looks really neat, if you know what I mean. It's RGB too, but well, Corsair is Corsair, and as soon as you have Corsair, you spend a lot of money, and it gets really expensive and fast.
But I mean, he may just be a little inconsistent with his list. He says total hardware costs this much for 8 items. If you look above, there's actually 9 items there.
I got a
not
question.
counting the fans and stuff. So I mean, it just
Question.
yep.
Does it not have 2 motherboards in it?
Yes.
I only see 1 motherboard listed.
So maybe put it in before you pay for it.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, one of them's a mini ITX board.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also this mini ITX board, it has the board, it has the RAM, it has the CPU.
Yeah.
Maybe you decided to take it out.
One of everything here.
I don't know, I'm confused, it's not,
Well, it may just be he didn't list it all yet. I don't know.
I'm going to go with, well, there's the RAM, 128, G-Skill Trident Z RGB series. $615 for the RAM.
yeah.
Damn, got it.
I just made a parts list today for someone in Finland, and he said he needed 128 gigabyte of RAM too. And I was like, what are you running? And then he told me, and I was like, okay, yeah. It goes on your list.
I got a thing to pass my desk about a month ago. And it was a CAD computer, a starter computer, and they wanted $18,000 for it.
Yes.
Man.
But he uses like Adobe,
this is
like every product under that Adobe has, they run like together.
This is for multi-million dollar contracts. This isn't for toys.
Yeah, no,
What
18,000.
a lot of some expensive graphics cards and whatever in that. Yeah, I assume.
Yep.
The Quadro 8000 already costs a lot of money. That is easily in the 5-figure territory. So already that, and then it's a workstation. So they have a workstation motherboard. What motherboard is in this system for 18,000?
It didn't have half the stuff that it cost it.
I assume it's running something like a Xeon, if it were
Xeon. It was I don't know, but I think it was top one.
Threadripper?
Yeah, no, hell no. No professional using it. That's not a joke. I'm not hitting it. Business is using top.
Okay, this is okay. Then it's probably some. Yeah, then it's probably some Xeon. Well, I'm just asking because I have no clue of the system you're looking at. If you know what I mean. Yeah.
I wasn't looking. I was just saying the price because I got a here. This is a low end CAD machine. It wasn't for a toy. It was for CAD room. We got like 18 guys in a CAD room because we make money selling parts, not selling computers.
Mm-hmm.
So this is used for design work, obviously.
There's that clown.
Yeah.
That's
And
funny.
we have 3 different CAD packages. We got SolidWorks, AutoCAD for some, but mainly we use CATIA with Ford. And we're talking $5 grand a year or better for each seat.
So these are what, shared seats off
What
a
do you mean?
server, off a licensed server or something?
No, well, yes, but it's per seat.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, so I'll try not the server, but each person that uses it is being billed.
No, but I mean, when they have to verify the license from the system, I assume it goes to a licensed server someplace.
Correct.
If not at AutoCAD or whoever, at least to someplace in your company.
Yes.
So
I don't think it's cheapest, but really, no, I hate this. Sounds like I'm joking, but very few of the bigger companies use AutoCAD. That's like the mid size. Like your Ford.
Well, I'm familiar with, we used SolidWorks at the second to last job I was at. What was the other one, CATIA, you said?
Yeah.
So
Ford does everything, they think.
Yeah, there's another one whose name escapes me now. It used to be something Pro. I can't think of it now.
So Jeff, I had to think of you today. I was taking my nap and I got woke up abruptly, and I keep the doors open. And the first thing I see, and I literally jump out of bed because I was scared half to wits, was this right here. So you'll notice
That's the funny one.
Yeah, and exactly right. You'll notice they're no longer in view.
I can see sort of one almost.
Yeah, a little bit, but I was so disoriented because of how I got woke up and whatever. I seen that, and then I was like up, and then I realized it's a damn plastic pumpkin.
Oh, now Greg's got me with the big clown hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what that.
Is that from one of the movies?
Is that from It?
I don't think so. I just Google search Ozo clown images.
Wasn't it remade? Wasn't it originally done back in the 70s?
Yeah.
Was it? That, I mean, that's a, what's his name?
Stephen King.
Story. Yeah, Stephen King. I read the book. It was kind of creepy.
I think Stephen King is responsible for my clown phobia.
Hey, Matthew Camp just joined us in chat. Good to see you. As well as Blackwatch, he's in chat. Tom K, I think Tom is still with us. Dr. Rob is back. Apparently Bonnie has entered her stream. So, getting it built up. I'll tell you, one of the scariest movies I saw as a kid growing up was a movie called Them.
Oh
yeah.
With the ants.
Yep.
James Arness and
James Whitmore.
Yep.
James Whitmore. He played the cop.
If you ever get a chance to look up another movie that'll make you think, look up a movie called Phase 4. It was never released mainstream. I found out about it when I was in Germany. It's along the premise of the movie Them, but it only involves like 3 people and then the rest of the ants that are involved, and it's really good, really, really good.
I think I've seen that, but I don't know.
I'm trying to remember when it came out.
Was one of the women Joan Collins or somebody?
No, it had no actors in it that I remember. Let me go Google it. Phase
No fair.
IV. Yeah, I'm in my senior moments. I can do this. Came out in 1974.
You got 3 more years before you're an official senior citizen.
Yeah, tell my brain that. Let's see who the stars were. The stars were Nigel Davenport, Michael Murphy, and Lynn Frederick. I remember all three of them. Not.
Well, they are famous.
Michael Murphy, I wonder if that's a musician. Probably not. Let's see. Nope.
Oh,
Clearly not.
$4 $4 for yeah, to rent it.
Oh, I didn't look at that. I just Googled it and shows it being on IMDb. Probably on YouTube too, but then you got to pay for that.
It is on IMDb or something?
Yeah, that's where it says.
Maybe it's free.
It was pretty interesting.
And
then how many times has the Blob been redone? And then I got another one that I'll question: how many times has it been redone?
At least 3 times.
Or maybe it's the Blob. No, what's the one?
Wasn't Steve McQueen, didn't he make his
Steve
name
McQueen.
for somebody?
Right.
Bob?
He did the original.
Yeah.
What's the girl?
What's the movie with Kurt Russell? They're in Alaska, and an entity comes down and starts taking over everybody. What's the name of that movie? He dies at the end. There's 2 of them left over, and they both have the bottle of whiskey and a gun and a flame. And what is the name of that movie? I think it's been
from outer space.
No, I think it's been done about 4 or 5 times as well. Shoot.
The Thing?
Maybe The Thing is it, yes. Maybe. That sounds...
One of the guys that was in that first original one was the guy that played on when it had a spaceship come and stop the Earth for 15 minutes or whatever.
The day the Earth stood still?
Yeah, he was
Michael Rennie?
Yep.
Here's the one from
Yep,
It.
The Thing. Now the
There's the
question
one from
is...
the new release of It, not the original.
Interesting looking guy.
Yep.
how many times has the Thing been remade? The original one came out in 1938, but that doesn't tell me the number of times.
I'm thinking of 50 then. 50.
Yeah.
So 38, 82, and 2011.
Who played in the 1950s movie The Thing, the monster that they burn up?
Wasn't Bela Lugosi, was it?
No.
I'd like to say that Ed Gwynn, again, Fred, no, the guy that played on The Monsters.
Fred Gwynn?
No. Think of a Western, TV Western.
Well, I want to tell you it wasn't John Wayne.
James Arness?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, look it up.
Yeah, I'm scrolling right now. I'm not finding much at all from the original movie. Yes. Catherine.
Yes?
Did you say Ken? Or are you talking to your cat?
No, I talk to my cat. I'm sorry, cat.
Okay. Just wondered. Now, there was another movie called The Thing from Another World in 1951. The 1982 version is the one I'm remembering. But I'm not finding anything on the original one at all. That's crazy.
Yeah, in the original Blob, who played opposite Steve McQueen, that woman?
That was Natalie Wood.
No, Arnetta Corso that played Andy Griffith's girlfriend on the Andy Griffith Show.
Really?
Well, that's what I read on the internet, so it's got
It's got to be true then. You're quite welcome, Tom.
James Arness played the monster in The Thing.
Huh.
He is difficult to recognize in his costume and makeup due to both low lighting and other effects used to obscure his features.
Well, yeah, that's the whole purpose behind makeup and things of that nature is to hide who you are.
Whoever said it, they called the 50s one of the thing from another world, but it's the same wood, the same everything.
Yeah, James Arness
Yeah.
listed as starring of the 5 of them that are listed on Wikipedia.
Somebody Google them. See who was not in that one. I don't think there were any stars in that whatsoever.
Yeah.
1954. Wow. Oh, and then it came out again. Oh, yeah, the remake was in 2021, which I didn't quite. James Arness was in them too?
Yeah.
Wow.
James Arness is the
James
thing.
Whitmore.
He was an FBI agent.
Where was it? 1954 filmed. Los Angeles River between the 1st and 7th Street bridges east of downtown. Well, that's interesting. Didn't think they were going to go to Arizona or someplace and do it. I'm going to put a link in for Dr. Rob's channel. He gave me some love in another channel, so I'm going to return the favor here. And put it in the chat room, and I'll put it in Zoom as well. Looking forward to getting with him again and see if we can get this OBS debacle figured out. I watched a thing earlier today where somebody come up with a virtual stage theater for OBS. It was only about a minute and a half long. Darren seems to think it's out of Russia. Speaking of Russia, somebody clicked on a link today on his tablet because I don't know why. Robert, did you understand why he did that? Apparently not.
Can I say something to Greg?
Sure.
That clown on your background is terrifying me.
Well, I got the hell scared out of me from these pumpkins, so I can relate. I don't know if I still have my. I don't think I do.
Yeah, that's better. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, that's much better. Yes, that's cute. This is pure. Since I have the.
So what about this one, Catherine? Is that one like scary or just okay or?
No, that's border. That's border scary. That's like a little bit better. Yeah, that's fine. That's cute.
Yeah, I got a million of them. We'll go with that one.
Oh, the beep beep.
Yep.
Yeah, where's the audio? Beep, beep.
I don't think there was audio. And I've been doing really good. You know what? I think I did get one. In fact, I know I did get one because I was mad about it because it wasn't them, it was me. And
You know, we were all lied to as kids. Coyotes actually run faster than roadrunners.
that coyote sure has issues with trying to figure things out. That's for sure.
Yes. I think
He buys all his products from Acme. That's his
Yeah,
problem.
that's part of the problem.
Winchester, Remington, be there.
Go see
We're
what
coming
comes
to
from
World War
World
II.
War II coming out of here.
it's the product's fault. It's not the coyote's fault for not being able to use them properly. It's the product till now.
I did learn something about roadrunners. The doctor we used to use for a while out here, his office here had a roadrunner that nested in a palm tree in front of the building. And I didn't know roadrunner nested in palm trees.
It's probably safe there, you know. I mean, storks, they have specific nests as well. And there is a place in Switzerland called Utzmach.
Yep.
They have many storks too. So one of the restaurants, they have the storks on their roof too. And they have to be, their nests, they have to be left there. They cannot be, you cannot go and decide you want to remove stork nest now. It's not allowed.
Yep.
They're under special protection by the law. But people think it's good luck with the stork on their roofs and their nests, because they have young storks in there too. You know, you can see how they bring them up. I mean, I can't. I just I'm there usually every 3 years for 5 weeks. But people that live there, they can see how the small ones, they get like bigger and bigger and bigger, and then at some point they have to learn to fly and stuff like that. So yes. Help. Yeah, he's look at his eyes. There's like some brain trauma for sure. The coyote of Greg.
Gonna have to adjust that one a little bit, I think. Looks to be a little bit out of the frame. It took forever to find. When I googled Alvin and the Chipmunks, it came up with the most recent ones. Now I had to go way down the list to find that one.
Yes, maybe because it's older.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, no question about that.
So yesterday, you know, these Logitech unifying connectors for keyboard and mouse. So I have one that I need to have in the PC on the top, where the USB are. And one day it disappeared, and yesterday it reappeared, like magic.
You're haunted.
No, I have 3 cats.
Oh.
So they dropped it under something, and then they were so gracious to find it again, and it reappeared.
I know when she was growing up, my daughter had 4 cats. So
Your daughter was the one you start with.
she thought she was the Animal Rescue Society.
And my wife said too, she's got me, that's all she wants. No more.
There you go.
My cats are rescued too. they're quick cuts, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
That's weird.
At least, two, I'm pretty sure they would not live anymore without me rescuing them, if you know what I mean.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Remember watching that cartoon on Sunday mornings before going to church.
No, in Detroit, we were at church on Sunday, but there wasn't any cartoons before like 1 o'clock.
Well, Saturdays they ran all day long, and on Sundays they only had 2 or 3 before we went to church. I don't know, obviously, what was going on when we were at church, but I remember this distinctive one.
Which one is that?
Johnny Quest.
Oh, Johnny Quest. Okay. Didn't recognize it. I I know the name now you say it.
My wife has been binge watching all the Johnny Quest.
Lorna's been watching The Ghost Whisperer on Roku. Practically 2 or 3 episodes a morning, which is okay. I'd rather hear that in the background than the Tagalog stuff.
Then today, she started watching White My Little Original.
With Jack Lord?
Yeah. And Dan.
Oh,
They started running that.
I really don't care for the new one. I don't know why. It just seems like a lot of stuff on TV now they are just remakes of
Well, yeah.
earlier series. You wonder what. It must be hard to think of something new to do.
So, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Everybody remembers that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've seen the new one that's coming out?
Really? No.
Oh, yeah.
Remake that one?
It's an original. I forget the network it's on, but it's an original, and it's just called Bel-Air. But it starts out and it shows 2 kids fighting. They come and break them up, and it goes, "You're going to live with your auntie and uncle in Bel-Air." Hello, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Just changing the things around. So you're right. Can we not think of anything new to write nowadays?
It's probably quicker to copy it than to write something new.
I
If you know
guess.
what I mean. It's
Well,
true.
see, says here Will Smith is the executive producer of the new one.
Right. And J.B.M. Banks is the main character, and that's being paid by Will Smith. Adrian Holmes is Philip Banks. Coco Jones is Hillary Banks. Can't read that name. Cassandra Freeman is Vivian Banks. It's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, renamed to Bel-Air, and they're advertising it as being an original series.
Yeah, they think that people already forgot, probably. Or the new generation, they don't know, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, probably.
New
Yeah.
generation doesn't know there was already one with Will Smith in it, and the one that played his uncle, you know, the round guy.
From the original series?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't think of his name. I know who you're talking about. He passed away a while back. What was his name? Avery. Avery.
I don't know. I have such a bad brain for names.
Oh, Avery
Names
something.
are not my issue. Names are my issue.
Oh, I'm horrible with names.
You too. Welcome to the I can't keep names club.
James Avery was his name. He played Philip Banks.
He died.
Alfonso Ribeiro played Carlton. After that, I don't recognize any of these people. Well, Will Smith, obviously, but nope. None of these people ring bell with me. And now this one says Bel-Air, the new dramatic retelling of Fresh Prince.
dramatic retelling.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, it's especially dramatic since it's not a drama.
I'm going to start a new YouTube series that's going to be called Moving to Indiana.
The drama.
No, it'll be a comedy. It'll be a dark, tragic comedy. Come and listen to a story about a man named Kid.
Yeah, you know, Scott put any movies or TV shows out today about white crack.
I need my head looked at. I'll be right back. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. They can't hear me over there. Oh, I do got
Now
the email.
it can turn into the Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. Yep. When I block or stop the video, it goes to Scooby-Doo. So I'm shutting off the YouTube streams. What I'm doing. I'll be right back. As soon as I get to the right button and figure out how to do this. We've been 1 hour and 20 minutes, so we're coming up on my hour and a half, 2 hour limit. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Matthew. Dr. Rob, thank you for the love out in Bonnie's. I appreciate that. I will end it now. This is confusing to hear them. And
Scooby-Doo is always scared.
good night, everybody.
It's just a great name for drugs.